Welcome back, everybody out there. Welcome back to Apocaflix Movies. And this is the latest episode of You Haven't Seen What? What? It's our movie challenge show where we challenge each other to watch movies that we haven't seen before or wouldn't normally watch. And this week, after being challenged by Brian to watch a terrible, terrible movie called Juwanna Man, it was my turn to challenge someone, and I just looped back to the beginning and to the first person I challenged on our very first episode, which is Jake Berlin.
Yes, sir.
I challenged Jake to watch a movie that I love from one of my favorite directors, Robert Rodriguez, and the movie was Once Upon a Time in Mexico from 2003. Jake, your thoughts?
Yeah. Hey. So, I mean, obviously, we all have prior knowledge with Robert Rodriguez.
Yes.
He's a very well-known guy. He's been working in the business for a very long time. Right. I had no prior knowledge going into this movie about this movie, like
really?
What it was about. I've heard of the title, but I had never seen any piece of footage, a trailer, nothing.
Have you seen Desperado or any of that?
I have not seen those, and so I went in with a completely blank slate.
Wow, gosh.
And so it was a good feeling because especially with these days, you see all kinds of stuff before you see movies, and so as I look at the cover of the movie, I'm thinking one thing. I'm like, okay, I'm starting to get a feel of what the movie's going to be like, etc. And the movie was nothing like I was expecting it to be. It was nowhere near what I was expecting it to be. But it's also in a good way. Like I did enjoy the movie. Like I really enjoyed the movie. It's something completely different from what we get today, which is why it's just so much of a good time.
Yeah.
I also like seeing Antonio Banderas back on the screen, especially in a time when he was kind of the guy to go to for a lot of these type of movies.
Oh, yeah.
I did not expect to see William Dafoe in there in a very interesting role. Mickey Rourke as well. We don't see him at all anymore.
This was kind of near the beginning of his kind of comeback. This was one of his first.
Yeah, and it was definitely a minor role, a much smaller role, but it was good to see him in there, and not as recently, his past movies, we've seen him in these kind of like quirky roles in a way, and he's very much just an actor in this movie. And so, and then my favorite part of the movie, Johnny Depp, I thought he was great. And it's so cool because just like with Mickey Rourke, everything that Johnny Depp does today, everything he touches is so in left field. Like it's so in another universe. And this is the Johnny Depp I like. This is what I want to see from him more.
Cool.
Like what he did with Black Mass when he came out with the gangster movie. Yeah. And so something like that, but a very comedic guy, kind of very positive in a way, and then things kind of go to hell. I really enjoyed him in this movie, and I was definitely not expecting, because this is all going to be spoilers. The movie's been out for 15 years. Yeah. I was not expecting him to get his eyes taken out. But the way the story goes after he gets his eyes taken out, like he just went about his day like he had just gotten paid $1 million or something. He put the glasses on. The kid joins him for this fun, and he's just kind of going about his business. Yeah. And then it's just so funny when he starts shooting the gun and he thinks he's shooting all these guys, but the bullets are going everywhere. And but I liked it the most because it felt like a pure 80s action movie. Mm-hmm. With the way people would get shot, like there's these random screams in the background, and the way people react when they get shot, and like, so it's definitely a good time in that sense. And the story, at first I was a little confused as to what was going on, but then it kind of started to build and build and build, which is what you kind of want from movies in a way. Yeah. I liked Eva Mendes as well, a very small minor role. I did not see the twist coming, I'll say that much. A cool twist there. Yeah. But also a kind of interesting ending with her and Johnny Depp. Yes. How that ended. Yeah. Some people can probably say they saw it coming, but it was kind of at first I hated the idea of the arm because you're thinking to yourself, what's the point of this arm? Like, how does it actually work? Like, he's sitting at a table. Okay, that doesn't really make sense. Like, why is it there? And then I'm thinking to myself at the end, I was like, this is the type of movie it is. Like, this is what he's going for. And then he uses the arm perfect at the very end, which is, with this character, it fits his character so well. Yeah. And it's consistent with everything going on in the movie. Yeah. And then, I mean, overall, I really enjoyed it. The tone, it took me a while to get used to. But that's Robert Rodriguez for. That's what he does. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, I had this expectation going in, but I also have to remember that's not what Robert Rodriguez is as a filmmaker. And so I held back a little bit, and then as I kind of accepted it, I really enjoyed it as the kind of movie went on. So
Desperado was kind of, the tone is similar. It's a little more serious, a little bit more dramatic. Especially, it's a love story between the Rodriguez character. I'm sorry, and Banderas character, who's just called L.
Yeah.
And as in the. And he's called L. And then Salma Hayek's character.
Okay. So is this a sequel?
It's a sequel to that.
Okay.
So this is part of a trilogy. So the original one was Rodriguez's first movie called El Mariachi. It's the same character, which is a small guy. He made it for like $3,000 or something. And then Desperado, obviously a bigger budget. Quentin Tarantino's in it. On all the characters, most of the characters that you saw. And then this one.
Well, it's cool because
they show little bits in between.
If you watch it like individually, like I did, you know what's going on.
No, exactly.
It's a sequel, but it's also just an original standalone movie at the same time.
Absolutely. Because all the stuff with the FBI, none of that's in Desperado.
Yeah,
it's just a personal story with revenge story, kind of with the Banderas character. And like I said,
is he going up against the military guy in that one? Or is that just saved for this movie?
I think that was just for this movie.
Okay.
This was way bigger. And Rodriguez, even though it's a bigger budget, but he's known as one of the most practical directors. He shoots stuff for as cheap as possible, and it's really brilliant. I meant to tell you to watch the 10-minute film school feature on there.
Okay.
It's awesome.
I'll check it out now. Yeah, I'll definitely check it out now.
Incredible.
Well, we're both directing guys, and we love that type of stuff. So it's something.
And he puts that on all his movies. The little special feature called 10-minute film school, where he shows how he shot. Different effects and different things practically. It's really, really good. But I love this movie. It's one of the first movies I saw when I moved here to Sacramento, and Rodriguez is one of my guys, and Danny Trejo, of course, in it.
Yeah.
My favorite part was when he's in the restaurant. Well, one of my favorite parts, like you said, with the arm. And he's trying to get the information from Cheech Marin, and he won't give it, and the waitress spilled the stuff on him.
And she's pulling the arm and
stop it. It's okay. You know what? That spill just cost you your life.
Yeah.
That was really good. So yeah.
So when I realized that this movie, what it was, is when Antonio Banderas was in the marketplace, and all those guys were coming after him.
Yes.
And it starts like the music starts kicking up, and it's like this kind of fun aspect of killing people. He gets on the motorcycle, and there's this random guy doing a wheelie, thinking it's Antonio Banderas. He's got the trailer behind him with all these, and so I started to realize, and I was thinking to myself, okay, like I have to just have fun with this and know what it is. The acting isn't going to be Oscar worthy. They're here to do this specific job in this movie. Like I said earlier, you don't see stuff like this anymore,
right? And
which is why I'm glad that I got to watch it. And I'm kind of hoping that Tarantino's Once Upon a Time Hollywood is the same kind of vibe.
Yes.
Maybe not as quirky, but in the same vein in a way, which gets me excited. And it was like the perfect time for me to watch it. And so I'm very thankful that you kind of challenged me at this time to watch it, because Once Upon a Time Hollywood is like, 3 months away? It's in July of this summer, so it's 3-4 months away.
Yeah, and did you see Alita Battle Angel?
I did. Yeah. Which was much more serious. This was that movie was very serious, straight to the point, a direct adaptation of what they were going for.
Okay.
You can definitely tell it's got that James Cameron stuff going on too, because it's a very much a movie story. It's not taking any kind of liberties with anything. So they're very, very different movies.
That's the thing about Rodriguez, is he doesn't usually do. He's a big fan of that story.
Well, he did. He did Sin City, obviously.
He did Sin City,
but did he do any of the Grindhouse stuff?
He did Planet Terror.
Planet Terror, that's what it was. Okay.
Again, a crazy.
Exactly.
Kind of
out of those left field stuff.
I mean, he usually makes his movies. He makes movies himself. Like he doesn't really, and the movies like this. He talked about doing a sequel with the Johnny Depp character called The Man with No Eyes.
That would be interesting. That would be very interesting.
We'll probably never get that.
But,
well, I'm glad you liked it.
I'm very thankful, man. It's awesome. I definitely enjoyed it.
Good. So, all right. So that is Jake's review, his thoughts on Once Upon a Time in Mexico. Hope you guys check it out. Obviously, get in the comments if you've seen it, if you've seen Desperado or any other ones. And if you're a fan of Rodriguez at all, talk about that in the comments. Let us know. So now, Jake, it is your turn to challenge someone.
Yes, so now that we have Gio back on board, he hasn't been on the show yet. He will be soon. But we have the option to challenge 3 people now, so it opens the range. And I am taking that opportunity, and I am dropping it down to Gio, and he is going to be challenged today to watch. And before I reveal the movie, a little context. Here at Apocaflix, mistakenly by 3 of my fellow team members, they aren't a fan of Mad Max Fury Road. They think it's just an okay movie when it's an absolute masterpiece. in my opinion, in Gio's opinion. Brian, Jacob, and Keith are like so about it. And so I had a movie that I thoroughly enjoy. It's a small movie, indie film from 2015. Nobody probably ever saw it. It's a film called Turbo Kid. And it is in the vein of Mad Max. It takes very good similarities from that, but kind of adds like a superhero element as well. Right. Michael Ironside plays the villain. He is in that movie. He's the only big name in the movie.
Okay.
And, it's from 2015. And just a little background on it. Here's a quick synopsis of the movie. It's in a post-apocalyptic wasteland in 1997. A comic book fan adopts the persona of his favorite hero to save his enthusiastic friend and fight a tyrannical overlord. And so it's wacky, it's quirky, it's fun, it's violent as well. And so I felt like it was a perfect movie for Gio because if I would have challenged you, Brian, or Jacob for this, you guys probably would have ended up hating it because it's very similar to Mad Max. But I randomly found this movie back in 2015. It's only an hour and a half long. It's an action, adventure, comedy, horror, sci-fi movie. That's the genre of it. Jeez, so it touches on everything. And so it's something that I've been wanting to challenge someone. And now that we have Gio back available on the roster, I'm taking the chance, and he has to watch Turbo Kid. And it's on Amazon Prime, YouTube, etc. It's for $3, and I'm gonna give him $3 in cash. That way he has to pay for it and watch it over the next week, and he'll come back and review it next week. So
Turbo Kid.
A great title. Like a great title.
Yeah.
I wish that it was much more of a bigger budget movie, but I like what they did with it because it's an indie film. It's very small budget. You don't know anybody in it besides Michael Ironside.
Yeah.
Which makes it a lot of fun that way. So.
I cannot wait to hear this.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. Yeah,
it does. So, all right. Well, that's it. Gio, the challenge has been extended. You're on the clock. You're up. Turbo Kid. Hear what you think about it. He might like it.
I think he will because he for some reason he kind of likes those interesting, wacky movies and. Like I said, the Mad Max kind of connection that we have, I think it's something he will enjoy.
Yeah, good. All right, well, good. Well, there it is. Challenge is laid out to Gio. We'll see what he thinks next week. Let us know if you've seen Turbo Kid. Don't spoil it yet. Save it for their discussion. That's our show. That's our latest episode. If you haven't seen what? Click like, share it, tell all your friends. Check us out on Apocaflix Movies. We've got a lot of great stuff coming up. For Jake Berlin, I'm Keith Barnes. We'll talk to you next time.
Hey everyone, Jacob Bartley here. Thanks for watching. If you want to check out something similar from Apocaflix Movies, click this video up here. You want something a little bit different? Check out this video down here. If you haven't done so, please subscribe to Apocaflix Movies and let us know your thoughts in the comments section. We always love to hear from you. Thanks for watching.